Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals tips off tonight in enemy territory and without the Bucks' best player. Good news for Hawks fans, though.
Yeah, it is. CBS 46 sports reporter Emily Gang-Young tonight in Milwaukee. Emily, the big question, any word on Trae Young? How is he doing tonight?
Trae Young is questionable for tonight's Game 5 with a right foot bone bruise that's been bugging him for a few days now. He was at shoot-around this morning. His teammates are hopeful to see him in the game tonight. If he is a no-go, expect Lou Williams to get his second straight postseason start. Guys, he's the oldest player on the roster, but this is his very first conference finals, but it's not the only first. In his 16th year in the NBA, there isn't much Lou Williams hasn't done or seen.
Goes to the fade.
When he stepped in for Trae Young in Game 4 of the conference finals, finally, a first in 87 career playoff appearances. His very first start in the postseason.
Honestly, I was on a training table. Nate walked up, said, Trae is going to be out, so I'm going to start you. And I said, okay, and he walked off. That was the conversation. It's not like a remember the Titans thing that happens in the locker room. I promise you it don't.
Without much notice, but with more experience than anyone else on the roster, Lou Will led the team with 21 points, recording 20 or more points in a playoff game for the 11th time.
Williams, he is 5-5.
The Clippers traded him to the Hawks at the March deadline. He thought about retirement. At the time, the Clippers were a championship contender, while the Hawks were in 6th place and had just fired Lloyd Pierce.
I wasn't sure. This wasn't a team that I was really paying attention to, in the Western Conference, me playing with the Clippers. We were on a hunt for a championship run. And so, my focus was solely on that. And, once I had an opportunity to get around these guys, get around the organization, get a good feel for what was going on around here, I felt like there could be great potential there.
And the thing I want to see his first shot, and here it is right there. Money knocks it down.
Lou felt welcomed by his new teammates right away. He got to play for his hometown team in a new role he settled into quite nicely.
I talked to him about the role that Rondo was playing when he came here, and that was a role of mentoring Trae. And he understood that role. He accepted that role. He knew that, Trae is the future of this organization. He's coming in to back him up, and he's done a great job.
And Lou Williams, after Game 4, said that this team gave themselves a realistic opportunity to win a championship when they evened it out. Of course, 2 more wins until they get there, but they are very, very close. At 7 o'clock, we'll hear from interim head coach Nate McMillan. He will more than likely give us an update on Trae at that time, but until then, we know he is questionable for tonight's game.